Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to show you how you can rank up to Legendary by playing out of the zone with the meta class. This strategy is for people who don't have the time to try hard to rank up and don't want to spend weeks getting to Legendary. And even if you're good enough to rank up with squads, you can challenge yourself like I do, playing solo against squads. I guarantee that by the last zone, the adrenaline will be at 100%. Here we go. Normally, I don't play this way. I love landing in sweaty spots, like New Vision, which I like to call New Vivi. Straight into the rush. But the plan here is completely different. Avoid enemies and play hide and seek until the last zone. Basically, it's simple. You've got the meta class. You want to land in a safe place. I don't know if your MS allows you to see where people are landing by looking behind the plane, but I use this technique every time. Normally, I land with other players, but with this strategy, it's the opposite. The idea is to see where others are landing and avoid them. Depending on your connection, you might not be able to see where the squads are landing, so be aware of that. For isolated areas, I like to land at Ski Town, which offers you a snowboard that helps you avoid tricky situations before the last zone. Even when fighting enemies, a snowboard can help you reposition or even trap them. When you activate your snowboard, they might think you're escaping, so they'll rush toward you. This is where you can catch them off guard. That's the theory. It's certainly more complicated in-game, but it works. And for those who don't usually use a snowboard, now's the time to start. Anything that can balance the scenario in your favor should and must be used. My advice for Blackout is to land at Ghost Town and upgrade between Fracking Tower and Factory or between Houseboat. Of course, every game is different, so keep in mind that improvisation is key. From Ski Town, you'll generally always have an upgrade at Nuclear Plant or Outpost. You need your upgrades to stay alive. That's crucial. In this area, you also have the cable car. Use it if you think it's necessary. After that, the plan is to move around the zone to get your drops. Your best friend is the map. Watch where people are moving, analyze their actions, and figure out how you can avoid them as best as possible. In the last zone, it's going to be tough to position yourself better than your enemies, so it's all about risk, deciding whether to take a position inside the zone or not. Even as a medic, the zone is your first enemy. This strategy is all about postponing problems for later, but sooner or later, you'll have to face reality. Keep that in mind. Every time you're inside the zone, you're exposing yourself to risk. We don't want to fight until the very end. Let others kill each other and take the rest. Even if you don't finish in first place, you'll still rank up with this strategy. Playing squads with this strategy is possible, but remember, your class doesn't heal your team as quickly as it heals you, so you'll need to take that into consideration. Quick info, my clan, the Money Slayers 13, aka as MS13, is recruiting. To find us on Call of Duty Mobile, write it all in capital letters. But be careful, if you're on my team, it's about to get super sweaty. Okay, let's continue. I also want to talk to you about the JACKAL. It can play a major role in our strategy. The JACKAL is 5 times faster than a shopper, so you can use it to enter the zone if you're too far out. What this means is that you can clearly camp at the airport until the very last moment before going in. Shameful? Maybe. But at least you won't lose points. Sometimes, to get what you want in life, you have to be a coward in it. I recommend taking your loadout after a fight outside the zone. Check the mini-map to see where people are fighting. Mark the location and create a plan to be there when the zone collapses. When you see 2 shoppers going to the drop, you can bet there will be a bunch of goodies to loot. And if you don't own any mythic guns, you're going to love what you might find in there. It all comes down to awareness. But of course, sometimes it's risky, because there could be some tags that others are trying to pick up, even outside the zone, and even more so if there was a fight there before. Playing out of the zone isn't just about camping and waiting. Maybe sometimes, sure. But what I mean is, you'll be exposed to many situations. You'll need to use your skills to stay alive through this. If you're a beginner, you might want to train a little more. Because yes, you will be able to rank up, I promise. But if you want to win and rank up even faster, you'll need to respect the fundamentals. This strategy is really different from the others. It offers you a gameplay style like you've never tried before. But to make this adventure successful, you'll be up against the best squads in the game at the last zone. And believe me, they won't let you take top 1 easily. Hope you enjoyed this strategy. For any questions, I'll answer in the comments section down below. Subscribing would be appreciated, as would a like. But if not, I honestly don't care. What matters to me is making you better. There is many others tips and trick video on my channel, and I invite you to check them out. Hope to see you again in another one.